Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested and ready to kick off the weekend. This is not the daily insight on Tarot and Oracle, not the daily insight on life and love. This is the weekend. Oh yeah, we are here for the weekend. So October 2nd and 3rd, 2021, also being timeless. So wherever you're catching it in time, it might be extremely relevant. Either that or it might just be hilarious for you. I don't know. Stick around, see what happens. If this reading resonates, awesome. I hope it's a good message. If it doesn't, I hope that you just go about your day. What do you need to know? What brings you here? Let's see. All right, spirit out with it. We're going to kick this off with, well, choices made. I like that you finally made a choice, but you have to be completely all in. You're very nervous about this. I think that this is probably one of the most honest choices that you have made for solely yourself and not for anyone else. I think for maybe the first time in a long time. This isn't about everybody else. This is about what's going to be good for you. So we're going to see what this is involving, because there's wand energy here, which is, you know, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rise, Venus, also time frames. So you, it's about the results that you want to get. You got to enter this in with a really big ego and a really big sense of self. I want you to have that big ego. It's not a bad thing. Having an ego is not a bad thing. I can deal with this. Getting even more Leo vibe. This might be Sun, Moon, Rise, Venus, or time frame of Leo. What were you doing? Do you feel like you're constantly chasing the horizon? The horizon is endless. I see a huge wave of, well, happiness coming through on yours, innocence coming through on your part. Something very fast incoming that I see that you are not going to entertain right now because it is way too much of a burden. Way too much work for you. I think you're kind of renowned for overfilling your emotional, mental, spiritual, psychological, all those facets, plates. So we're not doing this. All right. It wants to come in and sweep you off your feet, but I think you're not entertaining anything right now. You want to be doing something by yourself. You either want to be single for a bit or you want to just work on this one thing without anyone else's BS influence. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here. I want to get a little bit more clarification on these bad boys. Yeah. Oh, okay. Magical messages from your fairies. Get some exercise. Okay. Your body becomes stronger and you begin to feel stronger in all ways. It's not only about that, it's emotional healing and learning to let go. There's pregnancy coming in. Some of you might be having a baby, some of you maybe not so much. I can't imagine that everybody's pregnant at this time, and if that's the case, congratulations. Whom do you need to forgive? Admit your true feelings to yourself. All right, so to get clarification on the cards that I had just pulled, this is what we're looking at. You're getting something that you want that will make you happy, but you're rejecting it right now. Is this, it feels kind of like being a martyr. I'm not calling you that in a very derogatory way, I promise. But it feels like you just, for some reason, can't be happy. Why can't you be happy? Why does everybody get happiness but you? Yeah, that's your lot in life. No, it's not. Not even a little bit, not even remotely close. No. you have something that is coming across your path, something that you have been putting out into the universe, and now it's reverberating back exactly what you want to you, what you want to you. There should be a comma in there. And I actually said in October 1st's reading, be very careful what you wish for because you're gonna get it. And now you got it. And now it's like, no. No, seriously, I'm fine. We don't need this. BS. I'm going to say it plain and simple. That is utter, unbridled BS. This is exactly what you want. And I do see that it is going to gain some roots in your life, whether you like it or not. This weekend or wherever you're catching this in time. You made a choice, and this is right after you had put this out. You're seeing the fruition of this choice and of this wish that you had put out recently. And to just stop it, to just be like, nope. Spirit is not having it. I'm going to bring you up a little bit. Okay, so instead of running away from what this is, why don't you really look at your reasoning behind it? Why don't you actually look at what your real feelings are? You're scared of being happy just as much as you are afraid of being hurt. So right now, the hurdle that you need to get over is your fear of happiness. And I was thinking about this earlier in the day when I was driving home. You know, a lot of good karma has been coming into play in my life and other people's lives. And there's always this feeling of maybe getting a little too happy. So the mind does this really fun thing where it starts to, think of, oh, well, what about these minor inconveniences? What if this happened? What if that happened? Your brain is in the resistance part right now. So while you put out exactly what you want, your brain is doing this very smart yet very dumb thing of trying to keep you safe, which is trying to temper your happiness, your excitement. It's like, don't get too happy. Remember when you were blindsided in the past? Yeah. We're not going to let that happen again. So your brain is, filtering out your environment and trying to see, where can I be on guard? Where could something slip in and get me? There's nothing that is occurring right now. So your mind, it seems as though it's trying to somehow make this fear, this, even if it's not a conscious fear, but this feeling of apprehension, like, I can't. Yes, you can. You know that you can. You were born for this. You were made for this. The heck you can't. Come on. So this is about admitting this is what you want, but you're so afraid of having it, because if you have it, then that means that you can also suddenly not have it. You have to understand that you don't need to be on guard, ready to fight at all times. With everything that you have experienced and everything that you have gone through, you have to understand how completely capable of a person you are. And that if something does roll your way, if a challenge rolls your way, if something upsets in your life, that in that moment you'll be mindful enough to know how to handle it then. Not to always be prepared with your armor. That gets so tiring to carry that around all the time. You don't need to be that person. You don't need to be the person who's at the party, but who's looking for the exit. I want you to stay here. I want you to allow yourself the ability to stay in this mindset, because you have done so much incredible work to get to this point. So this is what this is saying. Admit that you have done the work to get to this point. And any of these fear blocks and barriers and these hurdles in your life are nothing more than a time of reflection to see where you were and what was occurring in that reminiscent situation and where you are now. How different of a person are you? This is a really important reflection because this is the reflection that ends these particular repetitive cycles in your life. So it is big jobs, but it's big jobs already accomplished. I want you to sit there, even if it's the most idiotic feeling on the planet, because yes, I know I'm a good person. Great. Now, I know how that can feel, to admit how you feel about yourself and admit your feelings to yourself. So even if you feel idiotic, even if you feel highly emotional, even angry by it, I want you to admit your true feelings to yourself. And even if you have the audacity, I want you to write down what you are saying out loud to yourself. It matters, trust me. So after you have admitted this truth to yourself, you can't hide it anymore. You can't hide it from yourself. You can't unknow this about yourself. So what happens when you are in that zone? Well, wouldn't you know it? You start to dissect what that barrier is, what the epicenter is, what the core is. And you actually start to see it from this advantage point of where you are now rather than where you were in that time. And then you can actually start to either realize or put into action that you're not there anymore. So I think that this is a beautiful confirmation and closure opportunity for you. And here we have the Saints and Angels. What do they want to tell you? Stress management. This is going to be probably what you're going to be focusing on. The stress, the fear of losing something that may mean an awful lot to you or may pull at your heartstrings. Animals. Now, some of you, you might need a support animal. Some of you might need a support animal. I have a plethora of animals who, whether they know it or not, are very supportive. I think that it's great. So this confidence, oh, that actually, I really like that. Listen, you don't need to be hard right now in this situation. You're hard enough. You have shown time and time again your strength. And we hear the dogs in the background. Probably my 15-year-old is here. I'll be right back. I totally nailed it. It was. School got out early. But anyway, back to the discussion. You have shown time and time again exactly how incredibly capable and strong you are. Perseverant. I'm sure these are all key words, buzzwords that you are sick and tired of hearing. This is not the time to be hard on yourself, to be firm with yourself. Screw that. No. All sorts of no. No. You want to know what? The best foot forward is to actually meet yourself with compassion. I think that you are so used to people being maybe a little extra firm with you in your life rather than seem to give everybody else enough leeway or just even being just softer with them. You don't need to beat that memory to the punch. You can actually be very compassionate, caring, calm, and have that be the best foot forward on this. To hear these words of encouragement that you would be feeding yourself are actually major reinforcements. To actually be vulnerable, to even, whatever your power animal is, whatever your support animal is, whatever your support looks like, even if this is just you writing it on paper and then having an emotional purge for yourself, this is going to be the best foot forward. Gentleness. Showing that you are cared for, because you are. And that's actually going to be what builds the confidence, what builds up this sense of, I guess I want to say breath with this, that you can just move through this in your own time and pace. So it's time for you to be a little bit more motherly and caring with yourself. So I'm getting the fairies again. What about it? All right. Oh my God. It's time for you to start to assert yourself little by little. The thing is, you don't need to be as harsh as the energies that were before you. I think that this is a very important time for you. I think that it's the markings of a new start for you. And I see that you're starting off with a blank slate. There's a lot for you to start asserting yourself with. But these are baby steps, and I really want you to be okay with that. So it says, be yourself. Do you even know what yourself is? Dude, I'm 36 years old, and I'm really just solidifying what and who I am in the world. So you're in good company, whether or not you know exactly who you are. And you want to know what? Even that is up for translation as time progresses. So we're going to get, what do you need to watch out for as you have this point of discovery and starting again? We're using Wisdom of the Oracle, exchanging gifts. I like it. You're coming out of your box, baby. Let go of expectations. What you are and what you want are things that are vastly changing at this point in time. And I think that it's because you're taking all of this layer of pressure off of you. So when you are coming from a place of relaxation and healed and non-resistance, your wants, needs, and desires are vastly different. What's this? New life is being hesitant. Why? Certainty. That's something that you need, huh? Certainty is the only thing that is going to be changing. It's not where you are right now. That's not where your landing point is. This, where you are in time, is not the marking. It's not the new beginning. This is prelude to it. So this is something that is about to occur, but it's a point of view being in the flow state with this, getting rid of the blocks that prevent you from saying yes to yourself. Do not be the person who, when they have the inspiration, says no to themselves. Push the envelope on this. Have others have the audacity to say no when you are reaching your goals. Your confidence that you are completely building up on, your assertiveness, your self-awareness, this is going to make you a non-stoppable force in whatever it is that you're pursuing. So you could be pursuing, I don't know, a walk, or you could be pursuing, I don't know, taking on the world. But whatever it is, your sense of self-accomplishment and nurturing and caring, just your whole demeanor is what's going to project the success in the moment of what it is that you're pursuing. So the new life, the pause that you're experiencing, because I don't see massive headway being made right now, that is a blessing in disguise. Like, remember in the beginning of the reading, I was seeing that what you had put out recently, you're getting the reverb back from. This is where the insecurity is coming in, because you're like, nope, I don't want it, and now it's here. It's like, does it even matter what I say? Yes, it does. But you've already put it out there. This was already on its way, and here you go. And no, it's not going to leave your life. So what you need to look out for is, are you allowing yourself to be seen by what it is that you are trying to accomplish? Are you putting yourself in the vibration of the like vibration of what it is you're landing into? If it's in the excrements, it's going to be in the excrements, and you're going to hate it. And then you're going to stand up, dust yourself off, and wonder why it took so long to get here. And then it's going to be full steam ahead on that. You're going to get to where you are meant to go in this, whether you like it or not. But this is saying, can you please see your point of deserving in this and just allow yourself to be happy? Okay, so if and when you follow the advice, follow your gut, and follow your personal right of this, what is the likely result? First off, you're healing a past life issue. That's exactly what this is right now. Divine connection, heart chakra, singing and dancing. Yup. You're breaking so many generational upsets and traumas. This is what you have to look forward to. The trauma stops with you. And guess what? You're still in the world, baby. The trauma stops with you. Your heart is going to be made whole again. These people can't hold anything over your head. And any sort of attachment to failure, to hurt, to pain, to being a martyr, to any of that, to anybody's guilt trip story, you're cutting the cords with. I love that. And just be done with it. All right. Now what? What are some other things that we have to look forward to? Rider-Waite, bring it out. You're coming out of hermit mode. I was talking about this in the mini reads. Definitely go check them out. Yes. See, the thing is, you're winning by choice, and the people who weren't letting you rise above the problem, who were taking authority in your life, they're walking away. I think that you're going to see a lot of hidden true colors, and I think that you will be speaking your truth. You are actively rising above the challenges of the past, and you are making your very active decision and where you are going moving forward. This is absolutely worth defending. You have all the information that you need. You know exactly where you need to go. And there is nothing that you won't do to, I guess, maintain this mindset. There's literally nothing stopping you. So, in following what you have to look forward to, the result of this situation is going to be an entirely different direction than where you were going. Passionate new beginning. And oh, yes. You got the Tree of Life. You have you have complete access to all of your resources, success, opportunities, confidence. You're rising high and you're sitting on your throne. There's really nothing that can shake you. I see major investment being put into this. Financial, emotional, spiritual, it's all there. It's very firm on the foundation. I think that you have laid an entirely new one. And I think that you are going to see the payoff continuously. I really love this. Okay, you. Don't forget, this is the weekend insight on Tarot and Oracle Life and Love, and it's for October 2nd and 3rd, 2021. And your individual storyline will always be more detailed, in-depth, and intense. So if you have questions about booking a session, go ahead and reach out in the provided email address. And, well, hopefully I'll talk to you soon. And until next time, stay safe, have fun, and know that you are greatly loved and appreciated. Bye for now. Hey there, gorgeous. What brings you here? We're going to get a mini message. So it's general collective. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. Never force these to fit. But if you have somehow through the ether found your way to this video, sit and listen. It might have a message for you. So we have something that either you have to walk away from, you're feeling a little shaken over. Seems like at least two entities, some entity in your world has not been able to rise above the problem, and here you are standing tall, holding one sword and holding another. So not only are you rising above the problem and taking your sweet time in doing it, you are doing nothing but cutting away all the excess garbage and making some really difficult choices. I know that these are difficult choices that you don't necessarily want to make, but you're not going to leave this up to anyone else, which I think that these two are feeling. I feel like they haven't even stepped up to the plate. It's like they half-heartedly went into this. And, well, they expected, I think, you to be okay with whatever they were giving you. Through a lot of stress, I think that you just kind of learned to be like, nah, I'm good. Nope. You have a beautiful face, you have beautiful intentions, but the actions are not meeting up with anything that you're saying. So I think that you went blind to whatever it was they were trying to sell you. Okay. Yeah, you realize that this was hopeless with them. You'd rather take on the workload than rather depend on anyone else with this. It's going to be a minor hardship for you, something that you just have to take as, well, I would look at it as a challenge. I see that you are learning to open up, not necessarily to the same energy of people. I see that you are learning to open up to whatever it is that Spirit is trying to give you. Whether it's a challenge, whether it's an opportunity, and sometimes you can actually see them as both. So the element that I feel like we are missing here is a little bit of fire. Interesting. There needs to be some sort of passion reinvoked into your life, but I'm not seeing that at the current moment. I think that you are doing the hard work, what needs to get done right now, just so you can knock it out. Whatever this hardship is, you know it's going to lead to better things for you, and you're not willing to risk being disappointed by others. So yes, this is a lot of challenging, potentially overwhelming work right now, but it's going to have its payoff, and you won't have to be in this position again, because you have learned not to depend on false people, false promises, nice images. Hope that makes sense. Hey there, gorgeous. What brings you here? What message do you need to hear from the ether today? Well, if you come across this, stick around and let's see. You're ready to move on from the past, huh? You know, this reminds me of a woman I actually really admire. I gotta give her a shout out. Jacqueline, hearing the lions roar all the way from New York. If you're coming across this, you are moving on from the past. And we have the Knight of Cups. Something that was very emotionally invested in, that you are no longer willing to extend a cup to. I think that you put a grand halt on that horse. Hold your horses. This might be the wrong place for you. Yeah. So anyways, this is judgment time, and you're not even fighting this. I love this so much. You know when to let go. What I love about Spirit, and sometimes love to hate about Spirit, is if something in your life is inauthentic, not meant for you, and you are trying your best to make it work, your best to pull through on things, best to just hit it from another angle, Spirit is going to keep showing you every reason why you need to let go of this, because it is detrimental to you, your health, your well-being, your all around. So I think that this is what you're calling now. Yeah, you're at a new beginning, baby. I cannot love this enough. This isn't death. This is ego death. Dark night of the soul crap. What I love about this is you, on some sort of a spiritual subconscious level, you agreed to this absolute tower moment of experience, where anything and everything, just no matter how hard you are hitting at something and trying to get it to work, trying to make some sort of success out of it, trying to just get life to go, it's not working. And it's overwhelming. And it brings you to your knees. And it's like every effort of yours is squashed by the most unexpected sources. And it's like you get brought down to your knees and you're like, why is this happening? Oh my God. God, just get me through this. Just get me through this. If you're at that point, which I think that you might be, or you might just be getting to this point, if all you can do in that minute is breathe, that is all you have to do. Lay down, breathe. Curl up into your ball and breathe. And then you want to know what? Keep going. Keep breathing. Keep building up that breath. Keep building up those moments to when you can probably get on your hands and knees and you're still gasping for air. And then you get up and you look up and you start to stand up. And then you're on the other side as the phoenix coming out of the ashes. This is an incredibly intense time. I know that this is going to be a second video. I'm not even sweating this. So when you are having this crumbling tower moment, I actually want to backtrack on that and go back into when you are trying to get up. Don't be surprised if things keep trying to knock you down. Why is this happening? Well, it's happening for a few reasons. One, you knew deep down in the core of yourself that there is more to life. And yes, there is more to life. You knew that there was something greater that you have been meant for, whether it's love, whether it's a life purpose, whether it's breaking some sort of generational trauma. You're right. You are meant for greater than all of those. The thing is, what do you come with in that moment? Now, you may have a lot of things going on in your life that you have adapted to and don't necessarily want to change. But these are things that are part of an old storyline of yours, the old mindset, the old dream, the old way of being for you. So in living in that old mindset, the old way of being, your self, your higher self, was seeing how that mindset was going to deter you from life purpose, the love, the ambition that you had been so desperately hoping for, rightfully hoping for at that. It's something that you've been craving. So, while it's doing that, while it's stripping that away, it feels like a fresh wound. It does, doesn't it? And then after you start to recover and recuperate, and you're the phoenix coming out of the ashes, you're in a very fragile state, and you have almost nothing to work with except for your own feet, your platform. And you start to build on that. And then you are going to have old stories thrown in front of your face so that you can whip them away, because you see the difference in where you're going and where you've been. And you can start to knock those out because you see where you were and where you are going now. And you actually actively no longer want that with you. And then you start to make the choices of who you authentically are. That is you stepping into your power. It's very powerful and very impressive. If you've come across this, you need a message from Wisdom of the Oracle from Colette Baron-Reid. What brings you here? This has been a pretty transformative time, and I'm recording this in the early part of October, so you are experiencing a lot of change, fork in the road. Which direction do you want to go? Well, your overwhelming confusion is going to actually serve you as a blessing. You've got to clear your mind. I know that's easier said than done, and probably even brings you back to the 1999 movie, The Matrix. You're overthinking things, all right? That's usually a anxiety response. Okay. Lots of reversals here. Spirit is screaming in your face, but I feel like you're over complicating the message that they're giving you. You know, when you ask for a sign and you're like, okay, if I see a pig with wings, I'll know. And then you don't specify how the message comes out, and Spirit just has what it can work with. So what I'm seeing here is the confusion, uncertainty of the sign, uncertainty if it's something that is specific for you or it's just something part of the general collective. No, it's for you. Your spirits are pretty much screaming in your face, and you're like, well, wait, okay, you want to know what? If I see a pig with wings 5 more times, I'll know it's for me. Spirit's like, you know you're making this difficult for the both of us. So what I'm seeing here, it's no longer time for you to wait. you're at the fork in the road. It's time for you to make a decision, probably one that you're very uncomfortable with and you're not sure where it's going to lead you. This might actually be a call of closing off of something in your life. Now you don't know where you're going to go, what you're going to do, and who's going to be there when you get there. That's good. It's sucks, but it's good. That's a good start. Right now, you are at the very beginning stages, a very fated time in your life. Spirit is working with you the whole entire way. You will get clarity, but you have to step outside the need to control everything mindset. You're in good hands. This change, even though it's grossly uncomfortable, is necessary and warranted. So I sincerely hope this made sense, and I hope it doesn't bother you too much, and I hope that you breathe through it. If you have questions about booking a session for you in further detail, reach out. Hey, beautiful. What needs to be healed? Let's listen. It's from Archangel Raphael Healing. What's this? Use your natural healing abilities. Great. I'm going to send you nice warm vibes. Meditation. So yeah. You know, I'm not a person who meditates easily at all, and I've been really working on that recently. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about that, because I think that we are overcomplicating exactly what it is. Clear your mind. Great. Now I'm sitting here thinking about how my foot is falling asleep, how much I hate the person who's driving in front of me, how much this coffee needed more sugar than anything else, and how much I'm hating meditation. Anything else? No. So listen, it is time for you to actually get quiet, but that's so different. It's time for you to take away actual distractions that are overwhelming the senses I'm seeing. So there needs to be a change in either your body or in your mind, because you know you're the host of it. But this is not about just having no thought going into your mind. It's as easy as you changing your mindset on what it means to actually be in control of your mind, because you have thoughts that come in completely instantaneous, and it's about being the bodyguard of the gate of that mind. So, for instance, in meditation, you're not sitting there just going, that's off-putting. So what I'm seeing with this is, yes, meditation is you getting into a comfortable position, but see where your thoughts lead you, see where your mind goes. And I was learning this with this mastermind group that I get to work with, and it's so awesome. I want you to at least attempt to get in a comfortable position for 10 minutes, not control everything, but just get comfortable. Just pay attention to your breathing, see where your mind goes. And at the end of that 10 minutes, I want you to journal about it. And then I don't want you to overanalyze it. You don't have to have any profound thoughts. You may actually just be sitting there like I was at a point, just thinking of this one song lyric for like half the time, and then thinking about the pros and cons of what was occurring earlier in the day. But the point is, you're going to start to channel those thoughts, follow them where to they're going, and actually start to dissect them. This is going to be a process. It's not a fix-all moment, but once you get clarity of your mind, you'll be able to start making better decisions, or betterly guarded decisions for yourself. But also, it'll start to ease up on the stressors in your life. So it's going to take time, it's going to take effort, but you have the support. So if you are coming across this, I want to get a message from Queen of the Moon Oracle. That's right, I remember the name now. I'm so excited. What's up? Discernment and new beginnings. Awesome, great, grand, wonderful. De-escalating situation. What about it? Beauty. Oh. Power. It's not about you being soft and delicate. It's about decompressing your personal world. You are going through a major growth phase, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, all aroundly. So this new beginning, it's really something that you can a la carte and pick and choose what you want in it. And the discernment is not allowing everything that you would normally sample go into that awesome dish of life that you would call it. You already know what some things are like in your life. You already know what those paths lead down to. This is about talking about what makes your life come to what makes your life come to life. What makes you thrive? What has changed in you that you need to start putting into action? These are going to be baby steps of actualization of your new chapter in life. This is very much a new chapter. Look at how these moon phases are going. You've already gone through a major release. Now it's time for you to go direct. And in that direct time space, you are going to be just setting down the groundwork for everything that is going to be growing in your life. You are coming out of the tunnel. You might even feel very elated and on top of the world. I want you to know that that is going to be something that, whether or not it goes in waves, is something that you can maintain in your life. So this, what makes you come alive? You're not running out of time. This is not waiting for the other shoe to drop. And this isn't going to be something that is in the power of somebody else. Which I think is a huge stress reliever, because when you put your happiness and power into somebody else, you have to hope that they can step up to the plate, or that they have the same kind of heart as you. And more often than not, it is a disappointment. So you, I think, are taking this by your own hands. Yes. Faith and beauty are standing next to each other, and you are the person who is taking action in their life. So I actually want you, as you are doing this, to think about gratitude. It could be something as simple as, well, I got a free coffee today, and which that does happen. Seriously, the barista made a coffee wrong, and they wanted me to have it, so I got 2 coffees for the price of one. It was super awesome. So even little things like that. Pay attention to little things that, you know, light up your day. I really hope this made sense and it didn't sound contrived, and I hope that you are well.